Hi, I'm Laura, and welcome to Heartdriven Tarot. What does the new moon in Leo for August 4th, 2024 have in store for us? Well, there are two core themes I'd like to look at in this four-card reading to best take advantage of the new moon in Leo energy. And those two core themes are that certain truths are going to reveal themselves, that this is a time to be alert for truths revealing themselves, particularly about the most important things in your life, your deepest desires. And also, this is a time where you can release, allow yourself to feel, but also to release pent up feelings. That's what is associated with this period of time of new moon in Leo. And the theme song is called New Moon Rising, and it's by this Australian hard rock band. I just came came across a few days ago. I'd never heard of them. If you don't like real hard rock, then you won't like this particular selection, but it's about new moon. And if you don't like hard rock, you can always listen to Moonlight Sonata or this moon. So, what's the name of that song? There's this moon song by the musician Cecilia. So I'll include all those three links in the show notes. So I'm going to do a four-card reading. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual spot. I'm in the house where my daughter lives in Washington, D.C. Everyone is away for cousin's wedding up in Connecticut. So I'm here cat sitting and catching up with a bunch of friends. Lots of social engagements during this particular trip. So because I'm not in my ordinary spot, it's difficult for me to reveal a card. So let's jump into the reading, doing four cards. I'll lay them out, and then I will explain the meaning of each card and the position meaning. The first card, interesting, the World card reversed. And this relates to, in this particular reading, four-card reading, is how can you start playing large? That's what is associated with this new moon in Leo energy. Of course, the Leo energy is that of the lion. And of course, the lion, and we can look at the strength card, which depicts the lion, is a strong animal in the animal kingdom, very fierce and strong. And so what is associated with this new moon in Leo energy is the idea of living large, of tapping fully into your own inner power. And so I chose as the first position, how can you live larger? Remember that old quotation by Marianne Williamson, spiritual author, who said something about, we're not here to play small. I'm butchering it, but basically she talks about how to live your most authentic self and your highest self and your most significant self, and not to play small. So the World card reversed, and of course the World card went upright. It's always a major arcana card. It's card number 21 in the major arcana. It typically is associated when upright with the completion, a dramatic completion of a particular cycle. And there's the sense of celebration because we've got the laurel wreath, and we have all these powerful figures. We've got this angel, the eagle, the ram or bull, and then the lion again. Also, that's interesting, the lion's there. Strong, powerful figures. But this was reversed. And so we're answering the question, how can you live large? And I would say that given its reverse, it's suggesting to do some inner work about how you can fully tap into every facet of your power from every dimension. Because I think of that, the world, and the world conveys the idea of having a global, panoramic view of things. And so I would say that this new moon in Leo, this period of time over the next few days, you are being advised to look within and see fully, consider fully, holistically, what areas of your life that you can truly express your power and truly live large and operate at your highest potential. That's what I would say. So the World card being the completion, end of a cycle, it's suggesting to me that things are coming to a head, and now it's time to think about a new cycle, starting a new cycle in which you can fully activate your full potential and living large. So the next few days, I believe, are time for you to reflect on how you can complete the current cycle and move into an even more powerful cycle. And then the next card, oh, this is interesting, is the position of what do you need to ask your heart to heal? And we've got the often associated with anxiety card, the Nine of Swords. We see this woman, appears a woman or man, we can't really tell, who appears to have awakened from a nightmare, and their hands in their face, they're upset. And we also get the idea of these swords stacked up on one on top of each other, representing maybe the anxious thoughts that this person has been dreaming about that's come to the fore. And so asking your heart if you have anything to heal, then I would say this is saying to actually wake up from your slumber and think through clearly, where in your life have you been dwelling on things, particularly in the mental realm, in your mind? Have you felt stuck? So it requires, even though it's upright, a time to sit up, maybe meditate, and ask your heart to reveal to you maybe the ideas, limiting beliefs. That's what I would say, limiting beliefs that you have been embroiled in or dragged down by. And this is what you need to heal. If you want to, especially live large, if you want to activate and live at your fullest potential. So ask your heart, have you anything to heal? I would say that this card, Nine of Swords, is suggesting it's a mental issue. It's something in your thought system, limiting thoughts. And that's what's likely most important for you to heal at this time during the next few days of the new moon. Limiting thoughts, thoughts that have dragged you down, thoughts that have stirred up fear and perhaps anxiety. That's what I would say. So ask your heart, what thoughts, what limiting beliefs, what anxieties do you need to release now? And then the next card is the position. Well, the card position is, what creative project can you begin during this new moon? Because this is an auspicious time to begin a creative project. And this is the Four of Swords reversed. So we've got two sword cards adjacent to each other. When upright, the Four of Swords is often associated with a situation in which someone is either healing, needs time to recover from something, an illness, or anxieties, perhaps because the swords again are reflecting thoughts and things, getting mired in that. But given that it's reversed, it suggests to me, what creative project can you start? Is that during the next couple of days of the next week, this new moon, you need to think deeply, to take time to reflect on what creative project would be the best one to move forward with. And perhaps you're a person of many ideas, as I am, and sometimes I can go in 5 different directions because I like all these projects equally, or I'm equally fascinated or excited by them. But you may need to turn within. We can only do one thing at a time, even though people are under the illusion about multitasking. But it turns out basically we can only do one thing at a time. Otherwise, we're just switching back and forth. So take this time during the new moon to really think deeply about what creative project would be most advantageous to move forward with at this time. That's what's coming to me about this new moon. And then finally, how can you best connect with your higher self? Because if you want to reveal deep truths about your spirit, about your soul, and if you want to live large, and if you want to activate your fullest potential, you need to connect with your higher self. And I remember years ago, I think I was in my late 20s, which is really a long time ago, decades ago. That was the first time I heard higher self. I didn't even know what it meant. I was invited to some workshop. Someone in my Toastmasters group said, "Oh, there's going to be something about a higher self," and I'm thinking, what does higher self mean? But obviously, it's that highest part of yourself, the divine wisdom. So, what does Spirit advise us? How to connect to your higher self is the Emperor card. So we've got two major arcana cards bookending this reading. And what the Emperor suggests to me to connect to your higher self is to be determined, perhaps be forthright in your plan to connect with your higher self, not be wishy-washy about it or wondering how, but making a definite, strong decision that now is the time for you to connect to your highest self, that you perhaps create a structure, create a routine in your schedule where you have time to listen, to ask questions of your higher self. And it has to be done in a way that, as the Emperor here shows and demonstrates, that you're very determined to do this, and you know this is important for yourself. And looking at these, if you see, he's got the ram's head, it's on either side of him, suggesting strength. He's got the armor, and what comes to me intuitively in seeing the armor, answering this question, how to connect to your higher self, is to protect yourself from distractions, to make this commitment, be forthright about it to yourself, and protect yourself from anything that will get you off of this intention to connect with your higher self. And as you do so, this illumination will come, because look at how that lighting is in this particular image, this rendition of the Rider-Waite. It's suggesting that things are going to light up in your mind. You're going to receive the wisdom, the direction, the guidance that you're seeking by taking a determined stance, being like the Emperor, saying, okay, now is my time. This is what I want. This is what I expect. I expect to hear divine guidance, and being passionate about it. He has that red robe. It's important. So make it a priority. So overall, in looking at this reading, the new moon in Leo rising, we're seeing that this is a time to think about what the next cycle, what new cycle you would like to create for yourself in your life, what you need to heal, asking your heart what you need to heal so that you can move forward. Because when we get mired and we're not healed, we're not fully tapped into our power. We are dragged down. We are not able to be fully empowered. And that also, it's time to think deeply about a creative project and make the connection with Spirit, with your higher self, a full commitment, a determined one. And that as you do so, the different truths that are important to you will come forth, and you will be able to operate at your highest potential. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. If you've not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like a private reading with me, please send me an email at laura@heartdriventarot.com. Last week, I think I put the wrong email. And until next time, remember, illumine your mind, inspire your life with Heart-Driven Tarot.